I can work around it. Check.
We can experiment. Check.
All right, we're recording now.
Awesome.
Okay, so what's the one song that will always fill a dance floor?
Depends on the context.
Tell me about that.
So it totally depends on the context, because one dance floor in one area could respond to something totally different. I would say now, at this moment in time, it is anything off the latest Bad Bunny record.
There you go.
Without question.
What's the wildest moment you've had behind the DJ booth?
Definitely, I was DJing a wedding and the power went out in the middle of the reception. And I had to run and think on my feet quickly. Turned out the venue had a Bluetooth Sonos speaker by the bar that we were able to jerry-rig the signal from an iPad with the couple's wedding playlist too, so that as the family ran out to get the generator to power the lights and the DJ setup, we were able to keep the music going and at least keep people calm. That definitely was it.
What's a song you secretly hate playing, but it always works?
Uptown Funk.
What's your go-to transition that never fails?
Ooh. That's a really good question.
That's a tough one.
It's a really tough one, because there are ones that I really like that work in different contexts. Because the way that I DJ, particularly with vinyl, is I look for like a similar motif to help stuff make sense. So the first one that came to mind is what I'll go with. And Little Sims has a track on her record Gray Area called Offense, where the bass line is basically a straight rip of If There's a Hell Below, We're All Gonna Go by Curtis Mayfield. So I will splice those two into each other, and it always works.
Nice. What separates a good DJ from a great DJ?
Knowing how to read the room.
What's the most unexpected song that ever went off?
I Will Wait by Mumford & Sons.
How do you read a crowd in the first 10 minutes?
I was just watching a clip of one of the guys from Chromeo talk about this, and it's rough, but literally look at what shoes they're wearing and what clothes they're wearing, because not only will that let you know where people are at in the present moment, but if you get good at reading people, it also show you what they aspire to be. That's honestly one of the easiest ways to tell what type of house music you should play, particularly.
Biggest mistake you see DJs make?
Not paying attention to what is going on around them and just spamming whatever they want to play. Because what you want to hear, oftentimes, your job is to get people to a point where people also want to hear what you want to hear. You got to lead them there. You can't just start there.
What's your personal "This Is My Moment" track?
It always is so context dependent. This is so funny. This Is My Moment track. At weddings, it's typically like an ABBA song, hilariously. I'm trying to think. That's a good question, Brad. I mean, I have a favorite, but it typically ends up being like salsa. It's an Afro-Cuban jam, Oye Ka Jojo, by some Afro-Cuban group. I can't even remember. Let's cut this out. Let's cut this one out. I don't remember this one.
DJ controller or vinyl?
Vinyl. Always will have my heart.
Prince or MJ?
Prince.
So speaking of Prince, the Mount Rushmore of funk just came out.
Oh.
James Brown, Prince, George Clinton, Sly Stone. Do you agree, disagree, any adds, any changes?
The only issue I have with that list is Stevie Wonder's left out. And that's really tough, but who would I remove? I don't know. There's always, it's like the NBA All-Star voting where everyone's like, my guy should have been an All-Star, but then like, who are you taking off?
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially with only four slots and there's already four.
So James
Giants.
Brown has to be there, unequivocally.
For
I
sure.
mean, I love Sly. But I feel like a lot of I was going to credit a lot of it to Larry Graham, which is, that bass sound is part of it. Who were the other two?
George Clinton and
George
Prince.
Clinton. It's tough because I view like Prince and Stevie as equivalent talents in terms of like they literally could do anything. I might have to sub out Sly for Stevie. That might have to be what's made, because you can't tell the story of funk without James Brown.
Sure.
Like that would be impossible, and Prince is just too talented.
Okay.
All right.
One more. Any artists that you're playing multiple songs from during your sets, and who are they and why are you doing that?
It's a great question. Again, it totally depends on sets. For Electro Cumbia right now, I mean, I've always loved Dengue. Any of the ZZK stuff is incredible. Bad Bunny works everywhere. It's not even the Super Bowl hangover. Honestly, spinning those cuts out is what helped contextualize and make the cuts make sense to me. Little Sims always for hip hop. Trying to think what else. We just talked about Stevie, so that's on the brain for sure. Stevie Wonder always works in every setting. I'm trying to think newer stuff. The problem is I go through so much new stuff every week that I'm one of those DJs that doesn't always love to spin the same thing twice. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you got something in there that'll work.
For sure.